Hi there. In this video, we will learn how to set up a SQL Azure database in just a few steps. SQL Azure is a cloud-based database service provided by Microsoft that allows you to easily manage and scale your database without having to worry about infrastructure. Click on Create a Resource. Search for SQL Database. Click on the Create button located under the Azure SQL Database. Click the Create button located under SQL Database. Now we need to configure some settings. First, select the resource group. Then give a name for your database. Then create a new SQL server filling out the settings in a similar way that I have done, just change the values accordingly to your setup. In this part, I am configuring the SQL username and password. The username and password can be anything you want, but the password must meet a certain complexity requirement. Once completed, I then click the OK button. I'm then taken back to the Create SQL Database section. For the purpose of this demo, I have selected the development workload environment. I then click on Configure Database. I'm not going to change anything in this section. I just wanted to show you this area as this is where you would change the size of your compute and storage for your new Azure SQL database. I'm now just double-checking everything before I move on to the next section, which is networking. In the networking section, I am leaving all the defaults as they are. I recommend taking your time and making sure that the default settings work for you. Feel free to change them as required for your setup. I then click on Security. Again, I am leaving the default settings for the security section. I then click on Additional Settings. Again, I am leaving the additional settings defaults as they are. I then click on the Review and Create button. I am just reviewing the configured settings one last time before I click on the Create button. Azure will now create our SQL database. This process can take a few minutes. I will be back as soon as this process is completed. I then click on the Go to Resource button. Congratulations! You have now created an Azure SQL database. Thanks for watching.